What's going on, Internet? My name is Matt, and this is the Ballpark. Welcome back to another episode. I'm with Joe today. Adam couldn't
It's
be here
me.
for whatever reason. His voice wasn't working on his microphone, so it's just me and Joe right now. And we tried doing this a few days ago, but we had technical difficulties. So hopefully this one works all the way through.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Craig can be a bit touchy, bit ornery sometimes. But here we are, and we're recording, and we got a few things to talk about. First I want to start out with the cover athlete, Chaz Chisholm for MLB The Show 23. As you know, all of us, or some of us here at CyberTwits are the show fans. I don't know, I really like Chaz Chisholm on the cover. It's kind of an under the radar guy that you wouldn't really think of for a cover athlete, especially because he's not like that super like a super duper star yet, but he's like definitely up there. I don't know. I think it's a great choice.
I feel like they could have chosen someone else, but I'm not saying Jazz Houston was a bad choice. It's just I think there's a lot of people
Like J Rod,
like J Rod. Everyone wanted J Rod, and I'm like,
Carlos
huh.
Correa, Jacob DeGrom. They haven't had a pitcher in several years. I was kind of shocked it wasn't Sandy.
I'm shocked it
Um,
wasn't Verlander, to be honest.
Sandy Alcantara, Verlander would have been a good one too. There's just so many. They haven't done a pitcher in years on the cover. Like the last one, I mean, I guess they did Shohei, but does that really count? Like, I feel like that doesn't count for your for a pitcher cover athlete.
Considering
But
guy
yeah, no,
mashes every day, every game, then yeah, no, it doesn't count.
yeah,
Really.
no, if you can hit 30 home runs and you contend for a Cy Young every year, you should be on a cover, absolutely. But I don't know if he's not, he's not a true pitcher, sort of say.
Yeah.
I mean, he is, but he's a two-way player. I don't know. It's confusing. They haven't had an actual pitcher on there in a long ass time, and I was hoping for Sandy, but Jazz cool too. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm always
All,
excited for the the show games. Got to get
all I
them
can
every
say
year.
is all I can say is on Twitter this morning it was funny because San Diego Studios kept tweeting out at Robert Flores, and everyone's Roberto Flores, whatever his name is. And they're like, "Oh, he's gonna be on the cover," and he even tweeted back, "It's well deserved."
Yeah, Roflo is on the cover. Actually, it was all a ruse. It's actually not.
It would have been funny if he was.
It would have been fucking hilarious. Would have been really funny. Um, but yeah, it's Jazz, and I think I think I'm okay with it at the end of the day, because
Yeah,
I do like Jazz.
I watched the stream when it was announced. I don't know if they announced
Yeah, I did
later
too.
if there's any changes to the like presentation, like if they got new announcers in there or whatnot.
Yeah, I have no
Whether
idea.
whether
They
back
had
in faster or
I turned
whatnot.
it off after the Jazz interview, or at the
Yeah,
start of the Jazz
I
interview, because I didn't really care. I just wanted to hear
same
who it was. Um,
same,
so yeah,
and that's not fair to
like
Jazz Chisholm, to be honest, though.
it's not. It's not. We we do like Jazz Chisholm on this channel. He seems like a cool dude.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, no, I mean, I wasn't not expecting it. It's kind of a boring pick if you ask me. Like, I feel like there are a lot of other players that could have gone with. Vladdy Jr. would have been fun. You got Mike Trout,
Mike Trout's been on.
hasn't been on a cover in a while. Aaron
Uh,
Judge.
Judge would have been good, but I think he was on. Was it 19?
Yeah, Judge was on a pretty recent one. But that
Yeah,
didn't stop them for Joe Mauer being on both 10 and 11. So
That's true.
Only the show player to appear on 2 covers and back-to-back covers at that.
Yeah.
Um, like they could have easily done Mike Trout, Aaron Judge. They could have done Shohei again. Like that, I don't know. I would have picked other players over Jazz, but this isn't a bad pick by any means.
No.
I'm almost
I have
glad
a
they did because it does shine the spotlight on a pretty fun young player
yeah.
the next few years.
I have a feeling that for the when they do the release like the Legend cover, I have a feeling it's gonna be Pujols.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like Albert Pujols would be a safe pick for that.
Probably should have been on the cover in general.
Yeah.
Like it probably should have just been Pools, but again, we're not dissing Jazz or anything. This is again, I love the pick. I love the decision to rock with Jazz Chisholm as the pick, as the cover. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely an interesting choice. Probably better than probably a lot better than some of them that they could have done.
Yeah. Like if they chose anyone on the Red Sox, I would have looked at them and gone, why? Anybody but Devers. I would have been like, why? Why would you choose anyone on this team? This is a bad call there.
Imagine if they went with Richard Blyer.
Oh God.
Right before he got traded.
Hey, that goes right into our next topic.
Yay, the Matt Barnes for Richard Blyer trade.
Or just
not
trades
really
in general.
like trades in general.
Off-season
Yeah, there's
grades.
been a couple. So we're gonna start with the most recent trade: Richard Blyer going to the Red Sox for Matt Barnes. I don't have a whole lot of Matt Barnes other than what I know from the show, and he was all right in MLB The Show. For me, Richard Blyer is like he doesn't strike anybody out. And
There's
he
a lot I
doesn't
can
walk
say about
anybody.
Matt Barnes. There's a lot I could say about Matt Barnes. First of all, the one is not a bad pitcher. He's great coming out of the pen sometimes, but he can be streaky. He can be very streaky.
Yeah, like all pitchers, I feel like.
What?
Like most pitchers.
Yeah, sorry, you went robot there first. I guess I was like, oh. Well.
I am Decepticon. Fear me.
But it can be, yeah, I can hear you. But it could be he can be lights out because I want to say it was 2 years ago. He was a pretty deep. He was a really good closer, and then they tried bringing him back for that this year, and he just did not do it. So am I sad to see him go a little bit because Red Sox bullpen, just looking at the recent moves, added a lot of lefties this year like they did last year, and not a lot of righties. And really, if everyone knows that coming out of the pen is not going to be a righty, it's going to be a lefty, you screwed yourselves.
Yeah, there's not like it's great to have one or two lefties. In fact, one or two lefties is necessary in a bullpen. If you don't have a bullpen, if you don't have any lefties in your bullpen, you're kind of fucked. If you have
I would
even
say
lefties
like
in your
three
bullpen.
lefties. Yeah, I feel like 2 or 3
and that's
lefties.
at most. Like one of them might be like a spot starter, or like a
long
a six starter kind of guy, long reliever. One of them would be your setup man, and if there is a third, he would be your closer. Even then, 3 for me is a stretch. Yeah.
In certain
3 from. Yeah.
You would have to have lefty specialists. You have to have guys that come in there with a lefty heavy lineup, which is going to be feature like mostly left-handed batters, kind of like the Red Sox this year. And be able to get them out with ease and not give up too much runs.
Feels like a common theme among our teams right now.
Yeah.
Regardless, my take on lefties is, you need to have a couple lefties at least. 1, 2, 3 for me even is pushing it a little bit because, unless your third lefty is your closer, is like a dominant closer. 3 lefties is a lot to have just in your like kind of middle reliever, back into the bullpen kind of guys. Like if you have too many of those and they're all lefties, or if you have so many of those as lefties, it's you shoot yourself in the foot because you're gonna righties are so much more prominent in the game of baseball. Like they're just the best power hitters are typically righties. The best, you know, like just among the best players are typically right-handed hitters or switch hitters. And if they're switch hitters, like then they flop either side. So you gotta have a couple lefties, and if you have too many, then they're just gonna fuck you over because
you're just gonna load the lineup with a bunch of right-handed batters.
A bunch of righties, and they're gonna crush you. Like Kyle Garlick is the kind of guy that's gonna love facing the Red Sox. Right Sox. What the hell am I talking about?
I thought you were
He's gonna
going
love facing the Red Sox.
Yeah,
because
it's gonna be
Kyle
a lot
Garlick
of people that are gonna love
lefties.
facing the Red Sox. It's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna love facing the Red Sox.
Kyle Garlick is a guy that he doesn't hit unless there's a lefty on the mound, and then he hits a ton. He's very much so. If he goes to the AL East, if like a team like the Rays or the Yankees or the Blue Jays or the Baltimores, is what I was gonna say originally, pick him up.
I think the best place for him to land in the East would probably be either Baltimore, Tampa Bay, or Toronto. Definitely not the Yankees because it's built for left-handed hitters. They got that short porch in right field. Unless he can go the other way,
which he really can't. He can, but he's pretty much Deadpool.
So
Kyle Garlick is gonna love playing against the AL East here. And with it, for whatever team he ends up on, especially now because every team plays every team, which is great.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Those
it'll be interesting.
Oh, it certainly will.
It's going to be
it's probably the most interesting division of baseball.
It's going to be a very heart check year for Red Sox fans.
Oh yeah, it's a.
I can say one thing though.
Might want to keep that fucking heart monitor machine on standby.
You mean an EKG machine?
Yeah, whatever the hell they call it. I don't know.
Anyway,
heart rate machine.
I can tell you one thing: if Red Sox fans want the ownership to do something, just start booing. Just start booing. Yeah. They do stuff when you start booing. It's pretty funny. Actually.
Worked for the Twins and Carlos Correa. You should have seen the tweet after Correa signed. Like a few days after. The Twins tweeted out a video of like all of the tweets from all the fans that were telling him to sign Carlos Correa or re-sign him, and it was like, yeah, we heard you all, and apparently it worked. Apparently something like whatever tweet, like it had to be someone's superstition, like they had to tweet. And like whatever person sent out that tweet, it worked. So it's booing the owners, booing your owners, booing your general managers. It can work sometimes.
Yeah, it's funny because the real big boo from Red Sox fans to the ownership was during their little town hall meeting they have for it's kind of like a Q&A.
Yeah.
And the question was, why are the ticket prices for Fenway so expensive? The owner had the balls to say, well, getting premium players is going to cost a lot of money. So everyone started booing so hard at that. Because we're like, premium players? What the hell are you talking about, John Henry?
What premium players? He's the
Yeah.
Boston Red Sox.
The only premium player we got right now is really Devers. I would say Story, but Story last year wasn't great, and he's injured this year. Probably going to be injured
Yeah,
till about All-Star break. So
the last real premium player the Red Sox had was David Ortiz, and he was just
I
like
would say
some
the last
fat dude that was good at hitting baseballs.
I would say the last premium player the Red Sox have had is Rafael Devers. Before that, probably Mookie Betts.
Oh yeah, Mookie Betts, I forgot exists.
And
But
and
then it's
everyone
David Ortiz.
and then it's always like, oh, the Red Sox want to pay Mookie. No, we offered him the same amount of money, same contract, same amount of years. Everything was pretty much similar. He just didn't want to be in Boston.
Yeah.
It's just the bottom line. He just did not want to be in Boston. That was it. It's the same. If you can look it up, it's roughly around the same years, roughly around the same kind of money he'd be getting for each year.
Fair, I don't know if I would want to be in
Value.
Boston either.
And well, then you don't want to play in a historic ballpark
I
that
mean, I
gets
want to go
filled
there at some
every
point in my
single
life.
game. And you don't have to live in Boston.
That's fair. I don't know, man.
I'm not saying that the reasons aren't understandable. Because let's face it, Boston media is probably one of the toughest medias out there, right? Up there with New York.
Yankees.
Yeah.
Yankees
New York's
media
media
definitely has them beat by a mile.
rip you.
Says Joey Gallo.
And LA's a little more easygoing. Their media is anyway.
Well, they're all high.
Sports, kind of like, yeah.
They're
No,
all just baked.
that's Colorado. That's Colorado,
Oh, yeah,
whose
you're right.
owner is like,
You're
maybe we'll get
right.
to 500 this year. Fucking idiot.
I want to know what he's smoking so I can find some. So I can get some for myself. Like, what the fuck?
Opium.
Why would you say that?
Copious amounts of opium.
Why would you say that?
Op-
Why would you tell your fan base that we might be able to get to 500 this year? That's, man, I thought that was funny. Like,
Well, let's start talking
Lord,
about the Red
dude.
Sox. Let's talk about Red Sox. How are the Twins? How are the Twins doing besides Carlos Correa?
Well, I'm depressed because Luis Ariz is not a Twin anymore. But I'm also very happy because Pablo Lopez is and Carlos Correa is, and it's looking like. Well, I'm also very happy because of all the AL Central rival tears that have been flowing our way. I just drink them. I let them fill up my Twins mug, and I drink them.
I think your biggest competition this year, like serious competition, if everything goes right for the Twins anyway, it's probably Cleveland.
Yeah, and I don't even think at the moment. I currently don't really think they're that much of a competition. I mean, that might just be me and wishful thinking. Ever the optimist.
I think that's you. I think now you're taking the copium.
Because I don't really think Cleveland is there yet again. Like, I think they got away with playing having very good pitching, like Shane Bieber and Zach Plesac and
McKenzie.
I can't name Tristan McKenzie, and they have a very good rotation. And I think they got away with that a little bit in a bad division, especially when they had like 3 or 4 guys perform very well, like very, very well. Jose Ramirez, Ahmed Rosario, among a few others. Like Josh Naylor played well, but outside of that, they didn't really have anybody. Like their center fielder had like a 66 WRC plus, which is weighted on base. No, wait. Weighted runs created plus, which is like a good value of offense.
That's Steven Kwan,
it's
right?
only like 66, which is well below average. Average is 100. What?
That's Steven Kwan, right? Steven Kwan's their
Miles Straw. Miles Straw is their center fielder. Steven Kwan was great. Steven Kwan was one of their studs. Even though he didn't really he cooled off quite a bit and only ended up with like a 280 average or something. So he didn't have quite the year.
Not bad.
Oh, it's not bad at all. But considering how he started, probably could have been a little better. but I think he ran into a little bad luck. So they had some really good players. The catching was awful too. I don't remember who they had, but it like wasn't good. And now they didn't even upgrade that. Like they have like Luke Maley as their current scheduled starter, and Mike Zanino is old and washed, and so like
Yeah,
there's definitely competition there. But as it stands, unless they get a lot better through trades, which Cleveland they don't sign or make trades. Um, like they barely sign players, and they almost never make trades. They do have Josh Bell, I guess, who was bad last year, but like
he was good at the beginning, and then got moved to
yeah,
San Diego and did bad.
just wasn't like that. I want I want to be able to not hate them outside of their fan base. Like I want to be able to think they're decent, but one, their fan base sucks, so I am obligated to hate them. And like I just don't think they're like I don't think Jose Ramirez, Ahmed Rosario, Stephen Kwan is enough to carry that team. I think they need more. I think that the Twins are currently in a better position,
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
especially for the future than Cleveland. And I don't think it's all that close. I don't think it's like you know I'm more scared of Detroit,
Really?
especially in the next few years. Like next year, not so much. Like in the next few
Yeah.
years, I'm going to be more scared of Detroit than I'm going to be of Cleveland. Like in 2024, 2025, 2026, I'll probably be more scared of Detroit than I will be of Cleveland because I just don't think what Cleveland did last year was anything close to sustainable.
You're not scared of Kansas City?
And none of us here are scared of. In fact, the AL Central cheers for Kansas City. Like, if Kansas City is winning the division, that's a good thing because like none of us, no one around the AL Central really hates Kansas City, just because they've been
I think
shit for so long.
I think there's one team that's universally hated by everybody, and it's not because of the players. It's because of where they play and ownership, and that's probably Oakland.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oakland is definitely the one team that everyone hates right now, just because their ownership is just absolute
It's
dog ass.
it's it's partially the town too. It's partially the city of Oakland, because Oakland right now is strangling so hard to keep the A's there. Because let's face it, Golden State Warriors, they dipped. They went across the bay back to San Francisco. They got a new stadium built and everything. Raiders, they're gone. They got a new stadium over out in Vegas, and they don't have a hockey team. The closest one would be probably San Jose, and they're not going anywhere near the Bay Area. So they're trying to
Yeah,
hold on to the
Oakland have a
Oakland as much
basketball
as they
team.
can. Who?
Is baseball their only sport?
Baseball's the only sport in Oakland.
Jesus, that's
Golden
like San Diego, which is why I'm surprised they don't have more,
Golden
more
State,
of a presence.
I believe Golden State at one time played in Oakland, but I think they moved to San Francisco. They moved
Yeah,
across the
yeah,
bay.
that
So now
that
they're
makes
playing
sense.
in San
Yeah,
Fran.
I doubt they played in, and I always forget that they're so close. So there's probably a lot of A's fans that are golden that are
Yeah,
Warriors
and
fans.
and
So at
let's
least
be
they
real
got
here.
that.
Let's be real here. If we're going into other sports, the Chargers should have never moved out of San Diego.
No,
That's just something that should have never happened. They should still be in San Diego right now.
yes, San
But that's
Diego
that's
is
different.
sorely lacking, but that's also allowed San Diego to make some crazy moves
Yeah.
the last few seasons because that's when you're the one revenue stream like for Minnesota we
Well, it's not
have
their
we
only
have the
revenue
Wolves.
stream. It's not San Diego's only revenue stream. San Diego gets a lot from their zoo. They get a lot from
Well,
SeaWorld.
yeah,
A
but I'm
lot
saying like
from
sports
SeaWorld.
wise, like if they're
Sports
only
wise,
like
yeah, okay.
sports team, like the
Yeah, okay.
Minnesota has the Twins, the Vikings, the Timberwolves, the Wild. I think we had a lacrosse team at one point. We got a fucking soccer team. Minnesota just has all the fucking sports out there. San Diego just has the Padres. And so like
Yeah.
that's where all the money is going to go from like all the fans, anyone like in the area, any San Diego sports fans, they're just gonna go to, San Diego, like
And
especially if they live in the area, and it's a very large, it's a very large city. We can't really like you think of the three major California cities, or we'll say four of the four major California cities: San Francisco, L.A., Oakland, and San Diego. You always think of San Diego as the smallest, but it's really not.
no, San Diego, I believe, is the third biggest city in California. I could be wrong about that. My
Yeah, I don't
dad would
know.
know because he's from California, so he would be able to tell me what the third biggest city, second biggest, first. First is obviously LA. Everyone knows LA is the biggest city in California.
It's like that might be the biggest city on the entire West Coast.
Probably. I gotta say though, if anyone out there is listening to this, which if you are, God bless you. Um, if you get the chance, go to a game in San Diego. I went to a game there. It is a phenomenal park. That is the
Always wanted to.
beautiful.
I've always
It's
wanted to. I've
beautiful.
always wanted to go watch a game out west. It just seems
It
spectacular.
it is a
Watch
beautiful
games,
ball. The area it's in,
I
not
am
great.
quite
The
excited.
ballpark itself
Yeah.
is really good. I've been to Angel Stadium. Angel Stadium, it's seen better days. Put
So
it that way.
what would you grade it?
If we're going like,
Yes, this is a not less than subtle segue into the next topic.
um, what would I grade San Diego Stadium? Petco
Yeah.
Park?
Yeah.
I give it a B plus. There are some things there that kind of are a little wacky, but from overall
Like the big ass
atmosphere,
building and one of the
no, that actually adds to the atmosphere. I think that's cool. That's actually really cool. I'm talking about like just that weird when I was there, they had that weird corner in right field where it's like kind of just jutted out into in play. So it was
Oh yeah,
weird.
yeah.
That was there when I was there. But I think they fixed that now. So I think that it's a solid B. Angel
I'll give it,
Stadium,
having never been to San Diego, I'll give it an A plus just because of it's where Bixby hit his first career home run. As we know,
yeah,
Bartolo Colon,
yeah.
for those that
Angel
might be
Stadium,
unaware.
I give Angel Stadium a C. It needs some TLC. It definitely needs some TLC. It needs to fix that whole
Getting
right
old.
field. It's been there for a while. Um, I don't know if it's exactly old. It is one of the older new stadiums. Put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would probably built what the late '90s. I don't know for
80s,
sure though.
90s,
I
around
feel
there.
like they've had it for a while. Um,
Yeah.
anyway, so team grades. This was a topic we were gonna do last week, but since the recording that didn't work, we're gonna do it now,
And we don't have to talk about the Cubs because Adam's not here.
and we don't have to listen to Adam drag on for 20 minutes about why the Cubs are best team in baseball. I don't
Well,
know.
to
Do you
get
want to
things
start,
started,
or do you,
yeah, get things started. I'm giving the Red Sox a big old D,
yeah?
and and that's just for re-signing
Red
Rafael
Sox
Devers.
deserve the
For
D.
Devers, they get a D for Devers. And
Red
that's
Sox deserve
actually
the D.
only noticeable move they made besides signing Kenley Jansen, and that's to get a closer, which they sorely needed because well, I don't know if they really needed it because you also had Tanner Houck, who's been pretty good coming out of the pen. You had Garrett Whitlock, who was a really good closer for us. So I don't know why they really went out and got Kenley Jansen, but whatever. It still doesn't raise the
I
grade
enjoy
level.
that move. I thought that was kind of a fun, sneaky good move for the Red Sox. Like, obviously Kenley's not going to light the world on fire like he has in the past,
No,
but
and that's
if you
fine.
need a
I
guy,
don't. Yeah.
yeah,
So it's
like
yeah,
if you need a
it's a D. It's
closer
a solid D.
option, yeah.
It's a solid
Yeah.
D. If they go out and sign, now this is a question I have to ask you. Okay, would you be upset if the Twins went out and signed Trevor Power?
Yes. That
Why?
would make the entire offseason NF because he's such a turd. Like
I
he's
mean,
a
yeah,
piece of crap human. I don't want him on any major league team. I think if he is
okay,
back
but
in
why?
Major League Baseball next year, Major League Baseball is a worse product. He's a piece of shit. Like that's it.
Why?
That's my whole reason.
How?
Just is terrible locker room guy. I don't know. I've never met
Yeah, he's
him,
not a
but
great
he's a
locker
terrible
room guy.
locker room guy.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of
Terrible
those in
locker room guy.
baseball.
Just a lot of people don't like him. He's just
Yeah,
he's
people don't like
arrogant.
him because of what
He
happened. The
cries on the
whole thing of
mound.
what happened.
Yeah, but he was a piece of shit before that too, which is my
Yeah.
whole kind of which is like where my entire thing stems from. Like he threw a
If
ball.
I
He got traded because he got Terry Francona took him out of a game. So he threw a ball into threw the ball, the game ball that they were pitching with, into the stands from the pitcher's mound, and walked off the field, slammed his glove, and yelled "fuck" or something. And then he got traded like 2 days later to the Reds, where he
yeah, but
pitched a Cy Young, where he won a Cy Young in 2020, as we know, using a lot of spider tack. So like, I just don't like the guy. I don't. I did for a little bit, but I just don't think he's good for baseball.
I mean, okay, so would you say the same thing about Clevenger?
Um, yeah, if assuming the stuff that came out about his ex is true, then yeah,
Yeah.
which it looks like it is because of the pictures she shared online. I don't know. Cleveland has
If you ask,
really just let me down with their
if
pitching.
you ask me, it's a the circumstances are similar, but they're two very different. One was kind of like a fling, and it was quote unquote consensual. I'm not getting into the whole details of what happened. If anyone's listening, again, God bless you. But you can look into what happened to both cases on your own time. But in one case, it was quote unquote consensual, and then turned into I think it's because he got the bag and she wanted a little bit of that dosh. The other one is a committed relationship. So it's the first one was like a one
There
time
are
fling.
different scenarios. There
Yeah,
are different scenarios. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't agree with either of them. Don't get me wrong, this isn't us. This
I'm
isn't
not
us
taking
like
sides.
vouching for either of these guys, especially me, because I both was a Trevor Bauer fan and a Mike Clevenger fan for a little bit, even though they pitched against you know my Twins and shut us down literally every time. You just couldn't help but respect their talent and what they could do
Yep.
with a baseball. And like Trevor Bauer going to Cincinnati and winning a Cy Young. Like after that off season, I wanted the Twins to go out and give them the bag, like pay for them. Now they obviously didn't, and they weren't going to, and it was the right choice because everything that happened, and now he's not even on the
You
team
don't know.
anymore.
You don't know if that could have been the right choice because it could have been just pitch lights out. It's the thing about
But yeah,
LA.
he
It's
could have been great, but
LA.
no. But the thing is, of like that, it happened that year, like that first year
Yeah,
that it happened.
yeah. But like I
Like
said, it's
the
he's in
accusations came
LA.
out.
He was in LA. LA is a completely different place than Minneapolis, Minnesota,
Yeah, but
or
you
St.
don't get what
Paul,
I'm saying.
Minnesota.
It's they play in Minneapolis, but um, I'm saying that like the accusations came out during the season.
Yeah, I know.
He could have been
Yeah,
great. He could have been He could have been phenomenal. Um, but he would have still gotten suspended,
you realize that
and he
happened while
wouldn't have pitched for the. And it was only a 3-year contract, so that there goes half of the contract. And
he
if
signed.
everything plays out the same way it did,
He signed in LA, and it happened while he was playing with the Dodgers, not while he was not with the Dodgers.
yeah,
So if
I'm
this happened while he was on the Twins, he would not have been in LA to have gotten into that trouble.
It happened before.
No, it happened during. It happened during the season. That's why he
Well,
got
yeah, he got
suspended
accused
during the
during the
season.
season. He got accused
No, it
during
happened
the
during.
season, but that's
It happened like preseason or spring training. It's still in the season.
I
He's still with the
I,
team playing home games in LA.
I'm confused. What?
What happened with Trevor Bauer? It happened during the season. Like halfway through the season is when the whole
Yeah,
thing came out. But he was playing with the team
he
already.
got accused of it. Not like didn't it happen before he even like when
No,
he was with Cleveland or something like years ago.
no. That happened when he signed with the Dodgers.
Granted, I didn't look into this, but like I'm relatively confident it was. I don't even know. We're gonna move on because I'm tired of this conversation.
All right. Well, F, D, whatever
I give the
for the Red Sox.
Twins fucking. I give the Twins overall this
Now,
offseason an A plus.
I'm a little more pessimistic on my team than you are.
Yeah. I mean, it was going to be an A regardless with Carlos Correa resigning. Again, I am the optimist. It was going to be an A plus regardless with Correa signing
Jeez,
or
why don't you just
resigning with
marry
the
the man?
Twins because like he's going to be the greatest shortstop in Twins history basically, and he's going to be here for the next like up to 10 years possibly.
Why don't you just marry the man? Just
He's
go to.
already married.
Okay, well, polygamy.
Well, there you go. I mean, if I was going to marry a man, if I
Be Carlos
was,
Correa.
gay, and I was gonna marry anybody that I wanted, it would probably be Carlos Correa, or at least that's what I would want. Regardless, he is
Regardless,
he is he is once again a Minnesota Twin, and that basically makes the entire offseason a win. Um, Outside of that, Joey Gallo's a great move. Christian Vasquez is a great move.
Vasquez is a
Uh,
good defensive catcher. You got a good defensive catcher there, except for throwing
yeah, and we
people
have
out.
another good
He's not great.
we have another good defensive catcher in Ryan Jeffers, and we have we just traded Luis Ariz for Pablo Lopez, which is a great move overall, especially
You
when you
guys still
consider how much
have
the Twins actually got.
you
Fuck, that
guys
was a
still
fleece
have
job.
the Yankees former catcher there, or is he a free agent?
Gary
He didn't
Sanchez? No,
sign
he's a
anywhere.
free agent now.
Yeah.
He we
Okay.
didn't re-sign him, which is not the worst thing because he couldn't hit last year.
I don't think he could hit any year.
No, he kind of forgot how. Like just straight up forgot how to hit, which is depressing because he's like the one Yankee that I actually liked. Um, like every other Yankee that's ever played for the New York Yankees has been someone that I just did not enjoy.
I enjoy
Minus
watching
maybe
Aaron
Didi
Judge.
Gregorius.
I
I mean,
enjoy
yeah,
watching Aaron Judge. It
you like watching
sucks he's
him.
on. It sucks that he's on the Yankees.
You like watching him.
I would have enjoyed watching him on San Francisco more than I would on the Yankees.
I enjoy watching every player. I just enjoy baseball, so no matter what, I enjoy watching the Yankees. In fact, I'm gonna go to a Yankees Twins game when they're at Target Field this summer,
Well,
and that's gonna be a blast.
at least those tickets aren't the highest in baseball, and you'll
Yeah,
be
they
able to
were.
go in and
Tickets were
watch it
like
without.
$15.
Yeah. Oh man, that's
No nosebleed
wish I
50
could.
no, nosebleeders. But
Wish I,
$15
at least
tickets.
we have seats. At least there's seats. $15 tickets at Fenway Park are standing room only.
Yep. That's essentially what they are. We're not even gonna sit though. We're literally because they had $4 standing room only tickets for
Eh.
the Korea signing, and then they stopped doing that, or they didn't stop doing it. I guess they did stop. Let
Well,
me circle around here. Let me wrap
you
this
might
up.
be able to get a seat depending on how well the Twins are doing at that time.
So my brother-in-law bought. Shut up, Siri. My brother-in-law bought $4 tickets to go to that game against the Yankees and they're standing room only. The tickets I bought were $15, or the $4 tickets sold out for that game because playing the Yankees, it's a big game. You want to see Aaron Judge. So the tickets I bought were $15 seats, nosebleeds. But our plan is to not even really sit in them. Is just hang out with my brother and my brother-in-law and I don't know whoever else is going along, and we're literally just gonna like sit at one of the bars somewhere in the stadium and just drink and watch a Twins game. That's gonna be great.
You're going to a baseball game to sit at a bar and watch a baseball game on a TV.
Well, we might sit like at a bar like overlooking the stadium. There's a few
There
on
you
there.
go. There you go.
We'll just find like free standing room tickets.
The way you were wording it was that you were just going there just strictly for the bar and just to watch the game while also sitting at the bar on the TV.
I mean, you can do that. People do that. I've
You
seen
can.
a lot of people do that.
You can absolutely do that, but here's the thing:
$15 tickets to go to $15 tickets.
Yeah.
Now, why would you do that when you can do that for free, basically at any other bar? But like, $15, I'd do that.
Also, you're paying more for beer at the ballpark than you are at a bar. So
yeah, it's definitely definitely a lot cheaper.
So if any of you listening want to do that, word of advice: go to a bar or stay home. Best seat in the house, right there in front of the TV.
Yeah, that's the best seat in the house is at our local bar for me at least.
Best seat in the house is my bed. I can put it on the Red Sox in my room on my TV.
Yep. Unfortunately, I have to watch it through the fucking shitty ass Valley Sports app because I don't have a current company that carries. Maybe I'll switch over to like DirecTV or some shit, but not a sponsor. Anyway, is there anything else you need to add?
Nope. I'm all set.
I think we covered it all.
Except for the Cubs, but who cares?
Except for the Cubs, but no one really cares about the Cubs. I'm gonna check. I don't know how long we've been.
I want to say we've been going about 45 minutes.
Can't tell.
I want to say about 45 minutes, maybe an hour.
Yeah, there's usually a spot to tell, but I don't know. Regardless, I want to thank everybody for joining or for watching this episode. If you would, I would appreciate a subscribe. So would Joe, I'm sure. And for whatever reason you stumble upon this, please comment, leave a like, and tell us your thoughts on your team's off season. And tell us what you think of our team's off seasons.
And if you've been to if you've been to any major league ballparks, tell us what you think of them.
Yeah.
Like if you're a Cubs fan, tell us how Wrigley Field is, or if you're a Seattle fan, tell us how T-Mobile or whatever the name of the field is.
T-Mobile is supposed to be pretty nice. Anyway, yeah. Be on the lookout for any merch that might pop up on the Redbubble store. Probably do a bad ping here in the next few weeks or something. I don't know. Did we do one for January? Yeah, we did. I remember it now. Be on the lookout for that for the February one. I think Adam wants to do something, but I don't fucking know. And
we're getting to the point where spring training's coming up.
Oh yeah, I'm planning on making that PowerPoint thing eventually, and we're gonna have Megan on either here or Bad Ping, and we're gonna teach her all about baseball and why she should be a fan of baseball, and we're gonna try to.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Fat chance in hell.
It probably won't, of course.
I don't think it works so well.
We're gonna try to get her to drink
hockey.
the Kool-Aid.
I don't think it works so well with Laura and her hockey PowerPointer. So.
Yeah, I
We'll
don't know.
see.
I didn't watch. Yeah, we'll try to get her to drink the Kool-Aid. But if not, oh well.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Unless that Kool-Aid is baseball related. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you on the flip side.